Elder Abuse and Neglect by Karamjit Chahal, Ruth Navarro, Colin Miller, and Lorena Ortega. What is elder abuse? As elders become more physically frail, they are less able to stand up to bullying or fight back if attacked. They may not see or hear as well, or think as clearly as they used to, leaving openings for unscrupulous people to take advantage of them. Mental or physical ailments may make them more trying companions for the people who live with them. Many seniors around the world are being abused, harmed in some substantial way, often by people who are directly responsible for their care.
Statistics: approximately 1 in 9 Americans aged 60 plus have experienced some form of elder abuse. Some estimates range as high as 5 million elders who are abused each year. One study estimated that only 1 in 14 cases of abuse are reported to authorities. Types of elder abuse: physical elder abuse, emotional abuse, sexual elder abuse, neglect, and financial abuse. Physical elder abuse: intentional use of force against an elderly person that results in physical pain, injury, or impairment. Such abuse includes not only physical assault, such as hitting or shoving, but the inappropriate use of medicine, drugs, restraint, or confinement. Emotional abuse or psychosocial abuse means verbal assault, threat of abuse, scapegoating, confinement, terrorizing, harassment, or intimidation. Sexual elder abuse: contact with elderly person without the consent. Such contact can be touching, fondling, intercourse, or any unwillingly sexual activities. Neglect abuse: caregiver failure to provide elder adults necessities such as food, clothing, shelter, or medical care. Neglect could either be intentional or unintentional. Financial abuse: misuse of elderly's resources by others persons such as money, properties, belongings. Caregiver might misuse the personal checks, credit cards, money, or forging signatures.
Health care abuse, carried out by unethical doctors, nurses, hospital personnel, and other professional care providers. Examples of healthcare fraud and abuse regarding elders include not providing health care but charging for it, overcharging or double billing for medical care or services, getting kickbacks for referrals to other providers or for prescribing certain drugs, over-medicating or under-medicating, recommending fraudulent remedies for illnesses or other medical conditions, and medical fraud.
Signs and symptoms of elder abuse. In order to help protect the elderly in our community, it is important to be aware of and to recognize the signs and symptoms of elder abuse.
Gerontological nurses must be alert to indications of possible abuse or neglect during routine interactions with older adults. Signs could include delay in seeking necessary medical care, malnutrition, dehydration, unexplained bruises, poor hygiene and grooming, urine odor or urine-stained clothing or linens, excoriations of abrasions of the genitalia, inappropriate administration of medications, repeated infections, injuries, or preventable complications from existing diseases, evasiveness in describing condition, symptoms, problems, or home life, unsafe living environment, social isolation, anxiety, suspiciousness, and depression.
Signs of emotional abuse. If you notice any of the following signs of emotional abuse, it is important to get help for the elder. If you witness any belittling talk from a caregiver, report it immediately. If the elder is displaying behaviors like rocking back and forth or mumbling, it may be a sign of emotional abuse. If the elder refuses to speak in front of certain person or refuses to speak if certain person is not present. If the elder is inexplicably depressed. If the elder seems unusually frightened or secretive. If the elder seems especially helpless, angry, confused, withdrawn, or forgetful.
An elder person who faces financial abuse may not be aware of it, but signs can include the following. The elder may be aware of the abuse and act frightened, secretive, depressed, withdrawn or helpless. Unusual bank account activity, like withdrawing money from an ATM that the elder does not have access to. Signatures on checks or legal documents that do not match the elder's signature. Any signatures that were made when the elder was not mentally capable of making decisions. Purchasing items that the elder cannot use, or an unusual change in spending. Unpaid bills when a person has been designated to pay the elder's bills. Missing items that the elder could not use and may need but does not have. A caretaker who is unnecessarily supported by the elder, and items are missing from the elder's home.
Risk factors of elder abuse. Risk factors for being the victim of elder abuse include being female, being older than 75, having cognitive impairment, exhibiting problematic behaviors, having a physical and/or mental disability, living with someone, being dependent on a caregiver, being socially isolated, having a family history of violence. Risk factors for perpetrating elder abuse include psychological stress, mental illness, abuse of drugs or alcohol, gambling, financial dependence on the older adult. Unrealistic expectations regarding an older adult's mental or physical abilities, unemployment, social isolation, lack of resources, and lack of caregiving skills or knowledge.
It is important to remember that abuse occurs in all sorts of families, regardless of social, financial, or ethnic background. How to prevent elder abuse and neglect. The key to preventing elder abuse and neglect early is spotting the warning signs. Preventing elder abuse means doing three things. First, listening to seniors and their caregivers. Second, intervening when you suspect elder abuse. Third, educating others about how to recognize and report elder abuse. Preventing elder abuse as a caregiver. Recognizing and taking immediate steps to avoid caregiver burnout. Request help from friends, relatives, or local respite care agencies so that you can take a break for a couple of hours. Find an adult daycare program. Stay healthy and get medical care for yourself when necessary. Adopt stress reduction practices. Seek help for depression. Find support group for caregivers of the elderly. If you are having problems with drugs and alcohol, get help. Preventing elder abuse as a concerned family or friend. Watch for warning signs that might indicate elder abuse. If you suspect elder abuse, report it. Take a look at the elder's medication, the amount, date, and prescription. Watch for possible financial abuse. With permission, check their bank accounts and credit card statements. Call and visit as often as you can. Offer to stay with the elder so the caregiver can take a break. Resources. The Riverside County of Aging offers a variety of programs and services.
If you witness elder abuse or suspect it, report it. All nurses are mandated reporters. This means that they have a legal responsibility to report any and all cases of suspected or known elder abuse to the proper authorities. However, there are differences in reporting processes from state to state. Therefore, nurses should familiarize themselves with the reporting laws for their state of practice and their particular facility. Several resources that are always available to the gerontological nurse include the National Center on Elder Abuse, which can be found at ncea.acl.gov, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, which can be found at hhs.gov, and also the National Adult Protective Services Association, found at napsa-now.org. Reporting elder abuse. Each California county has an Adult Protective Services, or APS, agency to help elder adults who are ages 65 years and older, and dependent adults who are 18 to 64 who are also disabled, when these adults are unable to meet their own needs, or are victims of abuse, neglect, or exploitation. County APS agencies investigate reports of abuse of elders and dependent adults who live in private homes, apartments, hotels, or hospitals. If you want to report elder abuse or dependent adult abuse in the community, contact your local county APS office. Abuse reports may also be made to your local law enforcement agency. Reporting elder abuse. Riverside County Department of Public Social Services Adult Services Division can be found at 4060 County Circle Drive, located in Riverside, California, zip code 92501. You can also call the 24-hour abuse hotline at 800-491-7123, or their fax line at 951-358-3969.